A medical student from the 21st century, Martha Jones served as Rose's immediate replacement, and was also the first black female companion. Both of these factors would prove somewhat problematic for her character. As I implied in my previous video, Rose set the trend that most of the female companions, and even a few male ones, after her would fall in love with the Doctor, even though he did not love them back. And unfortunately, Martha was the first companion to fall into that trap, which is further complicated when her race is taken into account. The image of a young black woman being completely and utterly enchanted by an irresistible white man is not exactly a positive one, to say the least. Now, I'm not saying that this is necessarily racist, as Martha is hardly a black stereotype. In fact, aside from episodes taking place in the past, her race is largely ignored. She isn't sassy, or slutty, or stupid, or poor, but the problem with that is that while the producers didn't write in any sort of stereotypical traits, they didn't really write in any interesting traits to replace them. And when her only defining trait is her unrequited love, it's kinda hard not to see implications that may or may not be there. In spite of its questionable underpinnings, the unrequited love story arc is fairly well done. The fact that the Doctor does not reciprocate Martha's feelings prevents this from feeling like a rehash of Rose's story arc. Also, it serves as a decent coming-of-age story for Martha, with her leaving the Doctor's company to finish her medical studies and look after her family, as well as putting an end to her crush.
It's like my friend Vicky. She lived with this bloke, student housing, there were 5 of them all packed in, and this bloke was called Sean. And she loved him. She did. She completely adored him, spent all day long talking about him.
Is this going anywhere?
Yes. Because he never looked at her twice. I mean, he liked her. That was it. And she wasted years pining after him, years of her life. Because while he was around, she never looked at anyone else. And I told her, I always said to her time and time again, I said, get out. So this is me, getting out. Keep that, because I'm not having you disappear. If that rings, when that rings, you better come running, you got it?
Got it.
I'll see you again, mister.
But this, too, proved problematic. As I said before, Martha was a pretty bland character, and as soon as she grows and becomes more compelling, she leaves. And she does make several guest appearances afterwards, where we find out that she has become a member of an organization called UNIT that monitors alien threats towards the Earth. Why couldn't we have had that Martha as a companion? However, these reappearances also presented us with problems. Noticing a pattern here, we first find out that Martha has since gotten engaged to a pediatrician who travels the world treating patients. So she's engaged to a doctor who disappears to faraway places to heal people. And if you think that's just me overanalyzing this, the show states it openly.
Take long to get over it, though. Who's the lucky man?
What, man? Lucky what?
He's engaged, you prawn.
Really? Who to?
Tom, that Tom Milligan. He's in paediatrics, working out in Africa right now. And yes, I know, I've got a doctor who disappears off to distant places. Tell me about it.
Yeah, she didn't learn anything, did she? This is complicated even further by how the engagement was resolved. In Martha's final appearance to date, she is revealed to marry not the pediatrician I mentioned before, but Mickey Smith, the only other major black character in the series. Now before you jump to any conclusions, let me explain a few things. Martha's first episode was titled Smith and Jones, and she is credited in that episode I just mentioned as Martha Smith Jones. So that bit of writing wasn't casual racism, it was just a stupid in-joke. Overall, I have very mixed feelings about Martha as a character. I admire the producers for not wanting to make the first black companion a stereotype. I just wish they could have done a better job at it.